Hello everyone, I'm Mindless Thinking, and this is my first review. I hope you like it, and by the end of the video, I hope you like and subscribe.
I think you'll have fun today. I think you'll have fun.
Today, I'm going to be talking about Season 2 of The Fallout Show. Also, spoilers for the Fallout TV show, obviously, but I always see everyone else do it, so I might as well do the same. And as a heads up, if you find my opinion bad or I format this video terribly, I'm sorry, this is my first video, and I'm not very good at this, considering this is my first video. So, yeah, if there's anything I could do to improve it, please leave a comment below on how I can improve it, and thank you. I'm not going to be doing the Fallout TV show in chronological order because I admittedly wrote this. I explained it in my previous video, but I'm just trying to ride the wave of popularity that season 2 is facing. But I hope that I can get season 1, like a review for season 1 out before the end of the year, which I have a lot of time for, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do. The Fallout TV show came out on April 10th, 2024, and was created by Graham Wagner as co-creator, executive producer, writer, and co-showrunner. So pretty much everything for what I can see. And Geneva Robinson Dowers, sorry for any names I mispronounced, I should probably specify that before, but here I am, who was co-creator, executive producer, and co-showrunner, like near identical to Graham Wagner. With Jonathan Nolan, not Christopher Nolan, Jonathan Nolan, who apparently directed the first 3 episodes of the first season, which isn't important right now, and was apparently a executive producer along with co-creator, and Lisa Joy as executive producer and creative force, which she apparently runs with the help of Jonathan Nolan together on Kittler Films. No discredit, I don't mean to say this to discredit them in any way. I just personally don't know anything that they've done besides the Fallout show. I'm sure what else they've worked on is good, but I just don't personally recognize what else they've done. Ramin Dawandi, I'm gonna get some backlash for that, as composer, who also worked on Pacific Rim and Game of Thrones, which are some pretty notable stuff that he's worked on, together with the main characters who were portrayed by Lucy McLean, portrayed by Ella Purnell, who, from what I can recognize, played Magnificent as a teenager from the movie Magnificent, and most notably Jinx in Arcane. Walter Goggins, who plays the Ghoul, but other roles include Billy Crash from Django Unchained, and Sonny Brutch from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Aaron Mullen as Maximus. Unfortunately, I don't really recognize what else he's been in, so I apologize. Once again, not to discredit him, it's just I personally don't recognize anything he's been in. And most importantly of all, Luna 5 as Dogmeat, who was apparently in John Wick Chapter 4, but I haven't seen it personally, so I'll just have to play a clip of them in the movie. So here. And she also starred in the movie appropriately named Dog. Season 1 faced a lot of positive reception, even from me, and sidetracking a little bit, but I remember when the first season came out, I just spent the whole day just watching the first season because of how hyped I was. Because we all know Todd Howard loves to give us content for Fallout and Skyrim too. Wow, Season 2 came out on December 16th, 2025 in single episodes, sort of like JoJo Fridays before Netflix ruined it. I know it's unrelated, but I hope Netflix doesn't ruin Steel Ball Run. But instead of releasing an episode once every Friday, they release an episode once every Wednesday, up until the 8th episode, aka the season finale. Season 2 helped answer a bunch of questions on the events of Fallout New Vegas after the game came out, which were sort of hinted out in Fallout Season 1, but Season 2 gave definitive answers, I would argue. For example, what happened to the NCR, Legion House, etc. Also, they did the Kings dirty, but that's not really here or there. But yeah, no, it was pretty good all around, and it's nice that we got to see what happened to the factions because we didn't really get an update up until the show, because before then all we had was Fallout 4, and that was on the other side of the country because Todd loves giving us content because that released back in 2015 and we hadn't got an update up until then. And gave us some important information like how Deathclaws were released during the Chinese invasion of Alaska. Caesar was aware that the Legion was going to fall after he died. Also, apparently people were disappointed by this because it sounds like just they were saying that it was like out of character. Honestly, I don't think it could have been like the most in character thing he did. Like, you can ask Joshua Grams, who was a former member of the Legion, and even he agreed that like the Legion was most likely gonna fall after he passed away. So like, it wouldn't make sense that everyone else saw that, including Caesar himself. So he just decided to not even bother giving an heir, which honestly seems pretty like in character. I don't know what people are complaining about. That's just if you've played the game and like sided with the Legion at all, you could see that clear as day. And the NCR coming back despite what happened in season one. Because if you don't know this, spoilers for season one, by the way. They get nuked in the first season. Well, at least the capital does. I don't know about the rest of the NCR, as well as potentially the most important one, I would say, and something that I would have to ask has to get like elaborated further on in season three, which I hope is a pretty good explanation because I don't see how they could have like it would make sense from my perspective at least. The Enclave still being around despite them being wiped out in both Fallout 2 and 3, but I'm sure there's a pretty good explanation for it because we all know Todd's good at that. One thing that you may have been hearing about more than the actual show itself is the disappointment everyone felt when the timer on the official website for the Fallout TV show got was revealed, and it was just a 3D explorable penthouse of Mr. House's house. And a lot of people were disappointed, as you can see by this post that's on screen now. And yeah, no, I don't blame them. I honestly thought it was a remake for Fallout New Vegas and 3. But no, it was just an explorable house. Here's some footage of me walking around it. As you can see, you just start the elevator and walk down the stairs into a cutscene, and then have Yes Man is there and all that. And there's not really much to it. I don't see why there had to be a big reveal. Really, it had some, I don't get me wrong, it's not completely bad. They had some behind the scenes stuff that I thought was pretty interesting, but at the same time the timer was a bit deceiving. Cuz I as I said before, I thought it was a remake for a season for Fallout 3 and New Vegas. But no, I imagine it's still good for the people who actually love the show, but for hardcore fans of the series, yeah, no, this was probably just a major disappointment, honestly. Here's some images of behind the scenes, all the shows, the stunts, the practical effects and all that, how they did the Deathclaws. Pretty cool. And they also include Shady Sands, which is nice because if you've played Fallout New Vegas, Shady Sands doesn't look as good as it does in the series, admittedly. Or was it Shady Sands? It may or may not have been Shady Sands, but either way, you get my point. And in the Fallout comic book, you can see that Shady Sands was originally meant to be something bigger, but due to them being on a on a timer, because Fallout New Vegas was made within 12 months, I believe. So essentially a year, and they just didn't have much time to fully flesh out and detail all the stuff they wanted to implement. The series itself is pretty good, and I think this is something I'm going to change because you may have noticed it took me this long to finally talk about the show itself. I might change it on later on or stay the same depending on how feedback for this video goes. But yeah, no, enough stalling. I'll actually talk about the show itself. The first season was mostly just the main characters, Lucy the Ghoul, Maximus, and all that, looking for cold fusion with some subplots every now and then, Lucy's dad, coming up with the perfecting the chips that essentially control people. Which, okay, well, it's not a side plot; it's pretty important, but still, you get what I mean. And it's pretty interesting too because you also get the vault and what happens to Lucy's brother. Forgot his name. After he escaped with all the other people who were cryogenically frozen. And yeah, no, it's pretty entertaining. There's a lot of references and callback. In one of the final episodes, I believe, no, I think it was like eighth or seventh episode. There's a reference to the opening of Fallout New Vegas, where an NCR ranger shoots a Deathclaw, similarly how the opening of Fallout New Vegas starts. Which, yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool reference, and I liked it a lot as someone who loves Fallout New Vegas. But a brief summary of how every side plot goes. Well, not side plot, main story, like the main season. Basically, Lucy and the ghoul team up for their usual antics. Lucy gets into like an argument with the ghoul. The ghoul like gets flashbacks to like what he was trying to do to stop the bombs. Like he stole quantum fusion, the cold fusion from Mr. House and all that. Maximus becomes like high rank, like becomes a right hand man to his leader. Forgot the name of the old guy, but later like more factions come in from different branches of Brotherhood of Steel, which suck because they just die later. What's the point of introducing them? It's just gonna kill them off easily, but like by the next episode. But yeah, no, like he starts getting trust issues, and like I said, like a conflict starts between all the Brotherhood factions, and Maximus and Thaddeus escape. But Thaddeus is a ghoul from from season one. Apparently, he might like some people are saying he might turn into a centaur. So like him, like Mac. Oh, I should probably explain. Maximus killed like one of the leaders of the Commonwealth Brotherhood, not Elder Maxim, mind you. I thought it was gonna be Elder Maxim because he came from the Commonwealth, which is where Fallout 4 takes place, but no. And so yeah, he like Maximus kills him, and then like Thaddeus has a disguise as him, and then like they all the Brotherhood factions get into an argument. They steal Cold Fusion, and yeah, they just go meet up with the ghoul later because after Lucy and the ghouls fall out, Lucy punched the ghoul out the window and nearly killed him, and and yeah, because the ghoul was trying like sold her out in order to like get his family back, and yeah, so like the ghoul and Maximus and Thaddeus go to like the strip to try finding Mr. House, and they get there, but it's infiltrated with Deathclaws. Thaddeus and Maximus help the ghoul get in by getting in power armor, and well, honestly, it's just mostly like Maximus. Thaddeus isn't really doing much because he's mutating and lost an arm for some reason. Hopefully, we get to see him go full Centaur by the third season. But yeah, no, and then Lucy gets there. Like he gets back to his vault, to her vault. Well, not technically his dad's like workplace thingy, and they're in like a secret vault thing, so like a control vault where everything's normal, where Lucy's dad was doing all the experiment on the chip things, where he perfected it, and is trying to show Lucy that that's the best way to take care of the Commonwealth by like just mind controlling everyone essentially. But she's not all for it, and after like all that, she tries arresting him but couldn't because it's her dad. Blah blah blah. And then like later, she like handcuffs her dad, like making him stuck some like in like I'm assuming a kitchen like area, and she tries finding like the source of everything, but just finds the senator's head from like a flashback. Which yeah, I'm probably not explaining this in the best way, but like the senator was like this person who convinced like a Walter Goggins to like give the cold fusion to the U.S. government, aka the Enclave, and yeah, that's pretty much like the whole season. I'm really not doing it justice just explaining it like as bare bone as this. Honestly, I just recommend like you watch the show. This is just more of like a review to it. Oh, I just said spoil. Damn, I'm so sorry. But no, yeah. Uh, I just think the Fallout show was pretty good. So yeah, to answer the question, yes, it was good. And honestly, just the whole show was just great quality wise too. I could not recommend a better show. Even if you don't like Fallout, I imagine you would still get some enjoyment from it. Cause like, the practical effects are awesome. Legacy effects is also like is great. Like they're the studio behind, like all the practical effects in the show, and they're pretty good too. Apparently, they worked on some good stuff too. So yeah, I hope you liked my review. This is if there's any criticism that you have against me, I'm guessing you're probably gonna say something about me stuttering and all that, which yeah, fair. I'm repeating myself, and I'm having like a bunch of later on, or maybe by the next episode, maybe, or video. I'm trying to acting like this is a show, but no. Yeah. If you like the video, I hope you can like and subscribe, and yeah, that should be it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Mindless Thinking, and see you in the next one.